All right, so we wanted to talk about glenohumeral stability and just take you through a couple of basic exercises and just kind of talk through a coach's eye of what we're looking for one, good stability, and we'll also do a couple ones a little incorrectly. I know we don't have an athlete here that's necessarily performing incorrectly, but if you see one, it's important to point it out to them so that way we can mitigate the risk of injury and then also do our best. Go ahead and do a military kind of press for me, Jeremy, and take a pretty big step back. Good. So this is a pretty common one, especially in the Olympic weightlifting world, but a lot of big-time athletes like to use these as well. So Jeremy's going to go ahead and do a couple reps for me. And the number one thing I like to look for when I'm talking about glenohumeral stability and kind of really understanding the point of keeping the ball in the socket, go ahead and pause that one, Jeremy, is looking at the relationship between the front and back side. So if I'm looking at him from the posterior side, I should see lots of wrinkles in his shirt. Go ahead and turn Jeremy for the camera just a little bit. Yep, good. And then if he kind of got loose or had loose shoulders, get in that position, Jeremy, and see what happens. One, you can just see his shoulders roll out, and two, the logo on the back of his shirt gets a little longer versus when he posteriorly retracts. Go ahead. And nice right there. You can see that shift. It's nice and stable. That kind of seam of the shirt where his arm is moving, it won't be moving as much. It's nice and stable. I know that everything is where it's supposed to be. And then we'll do a floor press as well. And go ahead and see it. Go way out there. All right, and then a common one, obviously, that we'll do as strength and conditioning coaches to limit some range of motion in the shoulder with people who have kind of restorative shoulder needs is doing a floor press. The big thing to look for this as well is obviously it's small in the back and then obviously the back of the shoulders and trying to really pull the bar into the ground. When he does that, you can see, hold it there for a second, Jeremy, his t-shirt is nice and smooth on the front. It's a really easy tell. And then when he presses, he goes ahead and presses it. Same thing, there's not a ton of wrinkles. We can see the stability in his shoulder. Where the seam is not moving around too much. Whereas if he kind of gets loose and is protracted and shrugged, right, we can see, go ahead and press and hold and stay a little loose. It's not as stable, and also there's more rounding, so we can see the seams fold and show us in that kind of elevated position that he's in a protracted state and not using his posterior stability to really get the glenohumeral joint on the ball and socket, so that way we can press big weight with healthy shoulders. Any more, Jeremy? I think we're good.